relatively new, and she's gone through a ton of life changes. I can't think of some specifics. I probably should have asked so I could celebrate her the right way.
I studied this shit for years and I've been practicing it for years. I take pride in that. And like I said, it boosts the confidence.
Most of the women that I network with that are very successful business owners or very successful executives, they're not trying to emulate someone else.
Hi, and welcome to Fuck Your Podcast. I'm Emma Pardo.
And I'm Katy Martin. And today we're just kind of checking in for the year. This is what we're gonna call our mid-year check-in. So how you feeling today? Are you in the mood to record this today?
No, if I'm being honest, no. There's only a few episodes where I'm like one or two where I would did not want to record today. Yeah. I just am so tired for no reason.
Did you say yesterday where you're like, it's been the longest week ever? And I'm like, bro, it's Monday.
Was that?
Or you said that this morning.
Yeah, it was so bad. I'm like, this is the longest freaking week ever.
It's the most Mondayest.
I feel like it's
Tuesday ever.
Thursday. In my mind, it's Thursday.
I think Justin said that last week. I posted that on Facebook where he said, he's like, oh, it's been a long week. I'm like, it's Tuesday. It's just Tuesday. But anywho, so it is, at the time of this recording, it is July 25th. So we're a little bit past the exact middle of the year. And by the time this one's released, we'll be a little bit closer to August. What day?
It'll be in August.
It'll be in August. So just a little bit over mid-year, but we're still in the beginning, I would say, the beginning part of third quarter, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes. Yeah. We're still the very beginning of third quarter. So we can call it the good and the bad. So share a couple good things. Share a couple good things that where you're at right now that's different from beginning of the year. What can we celebrate?
I'm in a job that I love.
Yeah, me
right?
too.
At the beginning of the year, I was in a job that I did not love.
No.
There's nothing like quitting on MLK Day. I will say.
You just moved into a new house.
I just moved into a new house. I think in the episode with Emily was the first episode in the new house. So there's some things that I'm getting used to. I've got some setup to do, potential change of scenery in the podcast.
Exciting for us, possibly any of the listeners. If you happen to watch the video, if you happen to watch the podcast, we're going to be changing up the setup pretty soon. So
I'm excited for this. Yeah. It's going to be cute.
It is going to be cute.
We're going to get cozy. We're going to get cozy in these episodes instead of just I always have the plain purple backdrop. And you've got your cute little neon light setup, but we're getting cozy.
We are getting cozy.
About it.
I have this studio that it's I have this super cute chair and stool. And it's great when someone comes into the office and actually gets to use it. But most of the time I just sit there and go, I wish I was sitting over there. I just want to be sitting right there instead of in this chair right now.
In this chair. I know. I'm in my office chair.
My pink chair that hurts my butt.
It's only so comfy, but then again, you can't see the dog when I have the backdrop up because he's sleeping behind it.
So lots of changes going on. So lots of positive things.
Yes,
personally and in the business. So this business really didn't even start until
February 1st.
February, yeah. So February after you left the job that you hated, and we went all in on this. And I had started doing some coaching and stuff, but just the vibe and the marketing clients and things have been growing steadily, and just a lot of things going on, a lot of positive. So I mean, a lot of people can't say, hey, I started a company however many months ago and it's profitable and we're hiring people and it's exciting, and I'm proud of the team that we have. We have a good mix of we have a good mix of, obviously everyone's remote. We're 100% remote. We have the office location, technically a couple office locations, but we're all remote. We have a couple people overseas, and it's just exciting the things that we've got going on. So we got a lot to be grateful for and things to be excited about. You moved into a new house.
Moved into the new house.
You got a new dog.
That was a new dog. I mean, we lost a dog to get a new dog, but I mean, so far, like, it's weird because I feel like I don't want to say I've lived so many lives within these 7 months, but I feel like January, I was in a job, like I said, in a job that I hated. And then we were in the startup of this. And then it was like, it's just crazy. It's been almost a year that I've been in Texas too.
That's nuts to think about, though.
September 17th is 1 year.
Yeah, what were we talking? Well, you were talking about, what'd you say it was, how long you and Cole have been dating was another thing that's been, I thought you mentioned that the other day, but yeah, the fact, like, you moving.
We've only been together 14 months.
Yeah.
We moved in together at 6 months, and it was kind of like, okay, this is going to make or break us. So let's give it a shot.
Months, there's a lot of people that move in sooner than that.
Right.
But yeah, you moving to Texas is creeping up on a year. That's kind of
It's weird because it doesn't feel like a year, but also it feels like more than a year. You know what I mean? It's this weird, like, gray area of like, I've been here so long, but really not that long.
Yeah.
So,
well, shoot, we've only known each other 15
April
months?
of 2022.
End
of March 2022.
Oh, end of March. Okay.
So it's been almost a year and a half.
I'm thinking maybe because that's your birthday. I think that's what I'm
15 months.
No, it'd be longer than that. I was calculating from
March.
It was March.
To March. So we got April, May, June, July. So 16 months?
15, 16 months. Yeah, something like that.
I was dating Cole. Cole and I started talking in February. I'm trying to like add this up in my head. This is like a side note. We started talking in February of 2022. We made it official in March 2022. And yeah, oh God. Everything's happening so fast.
Right. In a good way. We just got to keep that momentum.
In a great way, yes.
Like things to celebrate. So the mid-year check-in, we have the company started the company's doing well. You moved into a new house. You've got a new dog.
Yes.
Lots of things progressing there. Cole's job's doing really well.
Really well. So enough about me. What about you? Let's talk about it. You, at the end of 2022, liberated yourself.
That is true. The smoke is cleared.
The smoke is cleared.
Smoke is cleared.
The coaching, because it started, we always knew we were going to do like a marketing project together, and that was 99 Creatives.
Right.
But you took on coaching yourself. You built your own brand.
Right.
And like we talk more about the
short period of time.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I don't like talking about
but it's the mid-year check-in.
Yeah.
Where are you at? 7 months. Well, you're creeping up on a year of your own personal brand.
Shit, you're right. Because I technically would have started that sometime. When did I actually release the brand? Officially in October.
Right.
But
we've been building the brand since July of last year.
Yeah.
Well, the concept of the brand was started in July of last year.
That's true. Like just kind of the idea for it.
Right.
But yeah, that's so that took on some coaching clients. We had our first event. We did.
It oversold, actually.
We exceeded our target.
Which is a beautiful thing, which we're also doing here for the month of July almost, right?
For the business owners listening, like the importance of legitimately just setting targets and setting action plans. And again, a lot of the action is imperfect. It's not always laser focused, but every single day, but the action steps to get us to where we want to go happen. We make sure they happen, and we're getting ready to we have very specific targets set for every month of this quarter, and we're about to exceed the first month. So that's exciting. And we did that with our event. We set a minimum of selling 50 tickets to that event, and we sold 54, I think. Yeah. So, and that we met so many great people there, which led me to the networking group that I'm now in, which with a bunch of amazing ladies here in this area. But yeah, we did that. Side note, we got the camper.
Oh yeah. Which Katy came to visit me in the camper. Her first time taking the camper out, and she drove it fucking 15 hours.
Right. I'm like, sure, I can pull this with my truck. First time we're going to drive 15 hours. Got the camper. Gabrielle got engaged.
Yes. So fun fact. In the episode with Emily, I believe we're cutting it out, but mid-episode, Gabrielle and Abby joined us. And what was so crazy is I was texting Emily and Katy at the same time. I was like, does Gabrielle know she's getting engaged? Her nails are done. And we knew, right?
Oh, it was before, wasn't it?
It was right before. It was the day before, I think. And it was like, wait, is she engaged? Wait, do we know what's going on? Like, where are we at? And she's still traveling, right? She comes home tomorrow.
Yeah, she comes home tomorrow.
Nice. But yeah, Gabrielle's engaged.
Right. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. And business wise, we have now grown to Allie is full time. And I would say Mo's pretty close to being full time. So we have
Mo edits.
I would imagine he probably more than full time.
You're the favorite. You're the best Mo that I know.
So Mo's his nickname, and he edits the podcast. He edits the audio.
We'll have to have him on as a guest.
We should totally have him on as a guest. Yes. We should have a team, and we should also do like we'll feature Mo, and then we should also do like the team member check-in, just to kind of see how everybody's going. So everybody's doing it. So
look forward to that in future episodes.
Yeah, so lots of things, even with the team. So Allie got a new car. Let's see, Christina, who's part-time, she has a full-time job, but she works with us. She got a new puppy. She moved. Huge life change.
A different state.
Yeah, moved to a different state in an area that I think she only knows like one person. So that's exciting. Just kind of like starting fresh. Courtney's part-time, and her kids are now a little bit older, so she doesn't have a baby anymore, but River's still pretty little. And so she's joined the team. Relatively new, and she's gone through a ton of life changes. I can't think of some specifics. I probably should have asked so I could celebrate her the right way. But she's also going to get involved coming up soon with promoting the brand a little bit more, which is
what I say. Look out for her face and some content.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. And then we just brought on another part-time content manager. So that's exciting.
Yeah, growing, and it's super exciting, and lots of changes happening and lots of stuff coming up. We should feature a little clip. I'm just spitballing ideas here because we're going Emily, once again referencing Emily that we interviewed in a previous episode, her bachelorette party. We need to do a little vlog action
content. Yeah. If you guys want to see any content behind the scenes of us like traveling bachelorette party. Oh, well, God, Emily, we didn't even talk. Well, we've talked. Well, Emily's going to be on the podcast, so you'll see her and we'll talk about the changes she's had of being a new mom, first time mom, and being a new mom earlier than expected, 6 weeks earlier than expected. Right. So having to adjust. And then today, actually, so she's going all in with client service. She's actually on site with a client doing face-to-face interviews, like helping them through their first round. So we were messaging back and forth, and she messaged me something that I was like, well, that's different. I wonder what kind of feedback she got from the client or from the candidate. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That wasn't through feedback. She witnessed it. Like she's on site in St. Louis right now, helping with first round face-to-face interviews. So that's exciting. She's dedicated. That's amazing. She is dedicated.
She knows her shit.
She for sure does. So recruiting wise, she gives me a run for my money. So that's why she's the director of recruiting and not me.
But what are you looking forward to for the rest of the year? There's still
we got a lot of things to look forward to for the rest of the year. So
a little less than half a year left.
Yeah, a little bit less than half the year. We've got some pretty ambitious targets, which is I look at the targets that we've set I'm looking at them going, they're attainable, they're manageable, meaning like we're going to benefit from them financially and not like with what we currently have and the process that we have and the automations that we have and the team that we have. I don't think the quality is going to suffer. Like, I think we've got a good solid plan in place for the direction that we're going. We have, and again, the targets that we hit over the course of this quarter will set us up to be at a good place to finish the year. Like it can get us across the finish line in a pretty good spot. So I'm excited about that. I signed us up for a conference. So we are a vendor officially at the Roofing Process Conference. We have a booth there, which means we get to do I think they said a 5-minute pitch from the stage. So like a 5 minute. We do. The second stage. Yeah.
That terrifies me. I'm being honest. Like, I was so nervous speaking in front of 50 people.
Oh, it's like it's the expo side. So if you look at the layout, I've never been to the conference. I don't know if he's had it in the same place. I think what I've seen online, it looks like it's been in Florida before. Right. I don't know if it's the exact same venue or not. So I was looking at the venue, and it's at a hotel which has the big conference center. So you have like the big auditorium that's kind of like where a band would play, right? And that's where the big, like your keynote speakers and all of that. And I think that's where they serve lunch and stuff. And then on the other side is like the open conference room area where it's set up like an expo, but it does have a second stage with seats, and everybody that has a booth there gets to speak for a couple minutes. I could be wrong about the time, but it's your elevator pitch, what, like, basically, what do you do, who do you help, that kind of thing. So that's crazy. So we're gonna have a gals trip.
We're about to bust some goals with that.
So we're gonna have a gals trip plus Mark.
Plus Mark. Oh, plus I'm Mark. So excited. Love Mark.
Yeah, he's like, hey, are we all gonna go to that together? I'm like, yes. And I think some of our clients are gonna come, which is exciting. So
oh my gosh,
a lot of labor in the roofing industry. So, but yeah, that's coming up in December. So we have a lot of planning to do. And we're going to actually, I think we're starting that next week as far as planning what we're going to take. We're going to prepare ourselves to be expo ready for like the next couple years. So that's exciting. I like big events like that. You get to meet a lot of people. And if you're, an extrovert and you actually do like to network and get to know people and meet new people, or people that you see on Facebook that you don't actually see in person, like that's an exciting part of it too. I've been to a couple events where I've had people like yell out my name, and I'm like, whoa, who? And then it takes me like a good couple minutes to be like, yes, that's who you are.
If you're listening and you have any good ideas as a consumer, what we should have at our booth.
Right. Yeah. That would
send us a message. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. So like promotional materials, fun stuff, games, like things that if you were going to go to a conference or an expo, what are things that attract you to said person's booth? And also we're going to be doing some pre-event promotion that like the week leading up to it. So ideas for that too. But yeah, we'll take suggestions. The podcast too, the listeners have been growing. The guests, having guests on the podcast, we've been getting some new subscribers, and we need to get some reviews. Like that's really what we need to start getting now, is just getting people to say, what do they think about the podcast? And what topics do you want to hear? That's the biggest thing, is we want to make sure that you're getting value out of the time that you spend with us. And
we're not just here for us, we're here for you.
Right. Sometimes it feels like we're here for us. It's therapeutic.
It is, because typically this would be us talking, not recorded.
Right. Yeah. And we also have some more segments that are going to come out on the pod here in the next few weeks. So
yes.
So exciting new things.
Lots of changes, lots of upgrades with the podcast, lots of upgrades with the business, lots of upgrades in life in general. And I'm excited. I get to go to Puerto Rico in January for Cole's sister's wedding.
Oh, nice.
She's also having a baby in September. I'm so excited. We just had her baby shower, so that was real fun. I don't know. There's just lots of things to look forward to. I think what's so exciting about the past 7 months is going, I had Elevate Publications, and it was very like small, and it was more tailored to people that knew me, like on a closer friend basis, not just people that know me from social media. And, I would set goals, but then I would like flake out on them because I always felt like they were unattainable. And what's so cool about like seeing all of the goals that we're crushing now is just like, oh shit, we can do this. And people trust our knowledge. Like it gives me so much confidence knowing that people trust what we do. They trust our knowledge. It's going, I studied this shit for years and I've been practicing it for years. And I don't know, I take pride in that. And like I said, it boosts the confidence, makes me want to do more. So
I love the group of clients that we do have, because they know that, like they can call us and it's part of the industries that we work in, like an example of a roofing company that had hail yesterday. They know that they can call us and we can like add to their SEO strategy. We can make posts, like we can course correct really quick, or add a promotion or start ads or like anything to layer in what we're already doing to help them break into a new area or to maximize their efforts with what they're doing in the field, like that, that's what that's what we're here for. And I like it. I feel more connected, like we know them, right? We know people on their team.
Yes.
So it's not just whomever we talked to initially when we sold them our service. It's, we know them and we know their key leadership or their family or their spouse or whoever it is that runs the company with them. And I like that aspect of it. And I think that's one good thing about working in this industry is because you can deal with some, close-knit people and get to know them and make sure that they're happy with what you're doing and that you can show them results.
Right.
So I like that aspect. And that's what I want to continue to grow on is like, we kind of have our demographic and we can just lean into that. So
definitely.
Yep.
I really, we've mentioned it before, but I just really love the connection that we do have with all of our clients. Like you said, it's, it's not like they come on and we're just like, okay, give us your login and password and see you later. No, it's legitimately forming a relationship to where you can have these conversations and just be able to understand. It helps you understand the business as a marketer, helps you market better when you're able to have that professional relationship with your clients. And that's something that's huge. Huge.
And helping them, like some of our clients, we have to go outside of what typically a marketer would do as far as making sure that their tracking on their end is set up and legitimate. Cause I think with what Rob talked about on the podcast is like the closer that you're tied to the revenue, the more of an impact that you can make. Meaning, do you understand their sales process? Do you understand their closing ratio? Like, do you look at all of the data to make sure that like what you're doing is like something's coming to fruition? And there's a lot of marketing services out there that they don't care, honestly. I mean, and sometimes I would say that it's not always care, it's not always that they don't care, but it's not part of their process. It's not part of their
more about the money than it is actually seeing the business thrive.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're dealing with. A recent situation is guiding someone through the way they want to plan out their finances as far as a business is concerned. And you don't it's not about the money. That's why we do what we do, is because we genuinely want to see these businesses thrive. Because everybody wins when they do.
Yep. And I think the great thing too about where we are, just even in the short period of time, not only the network that kind of I already had, but the new people that I've met and relationships that I've developed and other people that I'm helping with. I might be helping them with like their new venture, or maybe it's somebody that I knew and I didn't really quite understand what they did. Like I've had that opportunity now. And so if there's an area, like if a business owner comes to us for one thing in particular, but we hear that they have a problem in some area, if it's not something that we fix, then we know people now who do, and we have a deeper understanding. So like now not only in the marketing, do we have most of the marketing stuff covered, like the day-to-day and most of the digital marketing services. But on the operations side of things, I already do the coaching on the operations and the recruiting side of things. We have a lot of those pieces covered, but now I know investors and business brokers and like people that really do help help businesses in so many different areas than what I've been exposed to in the past. A whole different level of sales experts. Yeah, it's just amazing. Like when you get out of the box, like I said, the smoke cleared, the fog had lifted, and you can really meet new people that can give you some different perspective, and the support that we get from other women, not only potential clients or just women that we network with, but like the women in my networking group, just I'm like, God, I should have done this sooner.
Yeah.
And just being around like people who feel like, hey, these are my people. Right. And really being able to feel comfortable then saying, hey, this is what I can help you with. I'm going to help you win. And I know that this will come back and you'll help me win later down the road.
Right. Exactly. And I think, we started that women in roofing group, which
is getting so much engagement now.
Like, it really is. How long ago did we start that? That was
February. It may have been February. It was around.
No, it was
January.
I think it was mid-January because it was before I quit. We started that women in roofing group with, I don't even think we invited that many people at first. I think it was like started at 50 people. It's now 315 people in there, and it's growing. Like every day we're approving requests to be let into the group. And like, you know, I put out a post today. It was just like, it's not about the money. It's not about necessarily business. What's going on in your life right now that you're proud of? And like making sure, you know, we're networking, but making sure that you're being that word of encouragement that these women need to hear, you know, especially being in a male dominated industry. We go through so many doubts on it. I
think women in general, we talked about, if we spent as much time, like women have to really truly focus on helping lift each other up versus tearing each other down. And when you actually see that happen, it's amazing. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. What were we talking about? We were specifically talking about, I was comparing it to men, like male and entrepreneurs. And again, this isn't a generalization, so don't get your boxer briefs all in a wad. For the men listening to this, what I've seen in my last 5 to 6 years of working with entrepreneurs, investors, coaches, things like that, is I think men compare themselves more. I think they're harder on themselves and compare themselves more to people who have more and like that they deem successful.
Right.
And so what they do by some sort of natural instinct is they try to duplicate and replicate and copy one another. And it becomes this cycle of, that guy has the big house, that guy drives the nice car, I'm gonna get the big house, I'm gonna also buy the same car, I'm gonna wear the same clothes. Not saying that women don't do that, I just don't see that as often. I see most of the women that I network with that are very successful business owners or very successful executives, they're not trying to emulate someone else. They've been more empowered and I would say relevant in like the leadership positions they're in because they're more of themselves. They're more unique.
I was going to say, I feel like women make sure they put that emphasis on what's different about me that I could use to leverage this brand. Right. And I feel like in the industry that we've been in, you're right. You know, the men, it feels like a lot of copy and paste and some lost in translation kind of deal. And they're not really worried necessarily about the difference. Hence everybody with a red and black and white brand kit, you know, it's about, okay, that guy got that. Okay, I can get that too. And I'm going to post about it and see which one does better. And it's just this competition to be the same as the next person.
Right.
You know, and especially I've seen it more and more in this women in roofing group. I don't think there's a single person or brand or whoever's in that involved in however many companies that there's competition in location, but there's no competition in which brand looks better.
Right.
You know, I think it also, women understand that they didn't invent roofing.
Sure.
They didn't invent whatever their company niche is. We didn't invent marketing. So why are we even going to try and gatekeep?
No, I don't think that they do. They don't do as much, for sure.
Right.
I've always said in roofing that's very market specific.
Yeah.
When you see it as a generalization, like even, you know, not even men versus women, but there's markets that they try to gatekeep. And I'm like, hey man, you ain't building rockets. Like you're not building the new atomic bomb. You know,
like we said in the episode with Jenny, people are going to buy from you because they like you and what you have to offer.
Right. Yeah, and I think the whole, just what I've seen being demonstrated, if you see women in general, at least again, what I've been exposed to, this is just what I've seen. So this isn't a generalization. This is just what I've seen demonstrated, is I see way more uniqueness, and the more unique they are, the more that people gravitate towards them, because it's like, you've got something different that connects with this part of me. It doesn't have to connect with every part of the person, but it's, hey, you've got something that's tracking, like that's catching my attention. What is it that you do? And I think there's more there. It's just something I've seen demonstrated more with women, is that they tend to try to set themselves apart in order to be successful or really just to not give a fuck. Like I think women have more of a societal pressure of, I don't know, trying to impress than men are always looking internally and comparing themselves to what they don't have and someone else does.
Right.
I don't know what that is. If someone would like to explain that to me, that's just what I've
And
seen.
if we're dead wrong, don't be afraid to tell us.
Right.
But this is just
We could
an
be
observation.
wrong. It's just an observation from the.
It's not like we've got necessarily documented resource. This is just merely observation of what we've been exposed to.
This isn't based on data and this isn't based on spreadsheets, and I'm happy to look at anybody else's perspective. So, but yeah, it's exciting. So we got a lot of things on the horizon, which I'm excited about. I'm continuing to grow the Women in Roofing group. We have a lot of new people. So if you happen to listen to this podcast and you don't currently, if you're in the roofing industry, if you're a female in the roofing industry and you're not currently in the group is just called Women in Roofing. It's very pink and peach. It's very easy to find. Join the group. We put a lot of free content in there. I mean, we don't charge for the group, and we share videos, we share documents. There's a lot of people just starting conversation. There's a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration.
It's encouragement, yes. Yep. Encouragement and supporting one another in the same industry.
Yep. That we want to see you win.
Right.
The other thing too with this podcast as it's growing, send over some suggestions. We've got a lot of really cool plans and exciting things that we're going to do, and some exciting guests on the horizon too. So we talk about networking experts, so some things that we have coming down the pipe. Some networking experts, some other marketing experts, other entrepreneurs. I'm trying to look at my list, but we've got a pretty good lineup coming over the next few weeks. So
yes, I'm excited about the future episodes. Through
September and longer. We want you to listen forever, but just know that we have a lot of guests that are booking over the next few months, and you're gonna get a ton of value from it. Ton of value. So we're excited that you're here. Well, what are some things that you have set? Like, are there personal things that you're trying to accomplish to the end of the year? Like,
yes, and
again,
that has to
we had an idea of where we wanted to be.
Do you mean business or personally?
I don't know. Either one. I mean, because when we set targets, we do them in 90-day chunks. So this is kind of our opportunity. Like we said, we celebrated some things. Are there some areas that we're not quite where we want them to be? I'd say yeah, but overall, nothing that's disappointing.
No, I'm proud of where we're at. I'm proud
nothing that couldn't be easily corrected. So I mean, but where we're at company wise, I'm ecstatic, and I just want to I kind of want to build on that momentum and keep things going. But but from a personal level, where would you have envisioned us here 6 months ago?
No. I figured it would, if I'm being honest, I thought it was going to be just you and me for a while, and the fact that we've grown this much so far is just insane. I literally never expected it. And that, don't take that the wrong way. It's no.
I mean, can you predict? I mean, you can't really predict. That's why I want to do a mid-year check-in. Most people, you can't, when something's new, you know where you want to go. You're following the vision, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't really know where you're going to stop and say, hey, here's where we are. And we do the same thing at the end of the year. So where do you envision, or what are some things that you want by the end of this year?
With the business or personally?
Either one.
I want to hit my goal weight by the end of the year.
Like it?
That's something that's been on my mind since, moving and being in the same house as Cole all the time and being happy, you gain some weight. And it's just been something that I've noticed more and more every day. It's just I used to fit in those clothes and now I don't, and I've gotten myself too comfortable to wearing baggy clothes because I want to hide myself. So I really want to hit my goal weight and just gain that overall confidence personally. I mean, with the business, I just want obviously we want to grow. I just want to continue learning and feeling the confidence that I'm feeling as we're hitting our goals.
Yeah.
Just what we've accomplished and what we set at the beginning of July and where we're at now is just we can do this. We're doing the damn thing.
Yep.
So I guess overall, to put it plain and simple, to simplify into one word, I would just say I want confidence. I want to keep gaining confidence without being cocky. There we go.
Yeah.
What about
I like
you?
it. I like it. I would say like where I want to see us 6 months from now. Again, we're like the vision of this isn't anything like crazy. Some people might even look at it and say, "Oh, that's not very ambitious," but that's just their perspective, not ours. There's a couple key people that I would like to hire, like a couple key positions to be filled to kind of take
in the marketing or coaching, recruiting?
In the marketing side, like a couple key experts. Like there's the certain tasks that we kind of play, like that we platoon versus having a designated person. Like that still comes up. I think we might be getting there to a degree with another freelance person, but if we could have more of a there's a couple designated roles that I'd like to fill. Outside of that, then I think we could run and kind of grow and scale and be more of I think we have a decent balance of being doers and operators right now, which I know that's not where we want to live forever. But again, we've only been
but I feel really healthy in the balance that I do have of doing and operating.
Right. So
is that right? Owning and operating, whatever.
Well, no. So you have you do like you're a worker, and then you're an operator, which is like a manager, and then you have where you're overseeing, and that's we're not like we do that already. We do that, but we're not just the person observing. Like we're not to observer mode yet. And I don't necessarily know if we'll be in observer mode at the end of the year, which is fine because there's so much of the operator side that I like doing
right now. Yeah.
However, there are a few pieces that I would like to get to where we're in observer mode.
Yeah.
And I think we can do that. I know that we can do that. But that's kind of my target for the end of the year. If I could get a couple pieces if I could get just a couple segments where we're just in observer mode, then I will be happy. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then I guess I have another kid that's going to be, well, not by the end of the year. He'll be halfway through his senior year. So I'll have a kid graduating high school. So going into next year, a kid graduating high school, one graduating college, and then I guess starting to plan a wedding. So got to have the business kind of autopiloting by next summer.
No kidding.
So yeah, we got that. And just being able to have that freedom and still being able to travel, go visit some clients. I'd like to do, that's one thing I would like to do in the next 6 months. Like we have the conference in December, but that's close to the end of the year. But like September, October, there's a couple site visits that I'd like to do, with some clients. And then, that's about it.
Yeah.
Easy cheesy.
Do the marketing agency on wheels coming soon. I know we said that a while back, but actually.
Yeah. Mobile marketing agency.
Yes. If you want to hear a certain topic, if you have any questions, do you need advice? You just want to chat? You could reach out to us on Instagram at F__K your pod, or you can always email me at Emma@99creatives and Katy at
99creatives.
And always remember, don't forget to do the damn thing.
Adios.